Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our bubble. My name is Katie. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I am out in my weed garden. um, Not the good weed. Just kidding, just kidding. um, but we are out in the garden today because I need to tame things down. I am in Central Kentucky, Zone 6B. And as far as I know, a lot of other people not in Kentucky are having the same problems that I'm having. Thank goodness. I thought it was just me. Um, the rain just will not stop. My husband and I lived in Florida for a couple of years, and every day, like clockwork, 4 o'clock, you got rain in the summer. And that's how I feel. It's been stupid humid. We've been getting at least a little bit of rain every day. I'm out this morning and I've actually got a push mower with me so I can try and knock some of this down. I can't even hardly mow. I tried to mow the yard the other day and ended up like this. Started to sprinkle, thought I could wait it out, sat under a tree. By the time I got back to the garage with the mower, I was absolutely saturated. I had to change. And so it's like the grass has been mowed on that side of the garden, but not on this side of the garden. It's just been ridiculous. So this morning I'm out here, gonna knock stuff down. I've got some things that look really great and other things that have just suffered. And now I have a rabbit that has been coming into the garden. If you watched one of my other videos, I planted a bunch of beans for the fall. They all came up great, around 6 to 8 inches tall, looking beautiful. And I come out this morning and they're almost all eaten down to nubs. It's been a struggle this year, not just with weather. So the fence is going to have to be replaced before next year. The rabbits are, we try to shoot some, and it's just one of those things on our property. We just have a lot of rabbits. So let's get started. Tell you what, before we get started, I'll point out the stuff that is doing great, and I guess what isn't. We'll do a little garden tour here. These are some of my volunteer tomatoes, and they are doing fantastic, and we're getting tomatoes on them. So I'll be getting tomatoes from these plants through the fall, which I'm really super excited about. And then our loofah gourds, well, are doing great. Got blooms, got little gourds. So look at the bloom on these. It's very delicate, and the loofah gourds, the vine is very delicate. We're trying to trellis it a little bit. I did pop into Lowe's the other day, found some onions, like on clearance. Well, I guess 2 weeks ago. And so I threw them in the ground real quick. Look at this. Look at this. No, it's just, everything is just staying so moist. It's just bananas. I mean, it is just ridiculous through here. My poor basil's almost getting choked out. Actually, it looks really good. I've been coming out and picking blooms off of it. So it'll keep growing and topping it periodically. Your basil likes to be topped. It likes to be picked. This is sweet potatoes. And I know it looks like a mess, and it sort of is, but it sort of isn't. And then this mess is sweet potatoes and volunteer tomatoes, and that's about all it is. So I have tried to just kind of leave this alone. I will be picking the potatoes in a few weeks, a couple weeks, towards the end of this month. They should be just about ready. But look, I can't even get through here hardly. But like, I don't want to mow all this. Like I said, it's sweet potatoes and stuff. Everything is just saturated. I'm getting soaking wet. Now, our tomatoes, these tomatoes got a rust fungus, so it did stunt them. But I am getting tomatoes off of them, and they've started to put off new tomatoes because I was going to rip them out, and because like this one could be ripped out. See, the fungus has moved all the way up the stem. See how yellow it is, and then spotty at the top. I may just go on and pull it out. But the rest of these, besides getting the occasional worm, they don't look too bad. Now, they don't look too bad at the top. Let me rephrase that. And then our poor pumpkin, I did pick it. We had a pumpkin right here, and it got a borer weevil, which I saved it for a little while, but it did get picked. But we have a new pumpkin, so I'm thrilled about that. And then the butternut squash is doing great. There's another one. I am going to try and knock all of this mess down. I just really, I can't take it anymore. This is where my beans are supposed to be. So see, we have a couple beans here. Bean, 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 bean. Chewed on stump. Chewed on stump. Stump. Stump, stump, stump. So I just don't know what to do. See, here's this poor, it's been eaten on. Just have to deal with the beans we've got for the most part until next year. I was really hoping to get another crop. So, of course, I can't start a project without working on something first. Typical. Either you need a trip to Lowe's or you got to fix something. It looks like I never planted anything. The grass has totally taken over, except, see that? That's a beet. And there are some more small beets. So I think I'm going to rummage through here and dig up what beets I can find. There's a little one. Might as well, right? Because what I really want to do is to clear up some of this. Probably, I haven't decided where. Maybe through here. I've got some cabbage started, but I am worried about the rabbit. Because the rabbit, if you all watched my beginning video, I planted edamame and soybeans. I picked on them once. We got a good serving with a meal one night, and the rabbit totally ate up the rest of them. So they were like right along in here. So I just mowed the plants down. I mean, good grief. I have tried to figure out where the rabbit's coming in, but I'm not for sure. And to be honest, it could be actually, if it's a small rabbit, it could be coming through this fencing. I've seen the babies come through there. All this fencing is getting reworked for next year. I can't deal with it anymore. And I think we are going to do weed barrier next year. But like I said, the weather has just been a real problem. So my garden it does slant down a little, so I don't have a drainage problem, but we've just been getting too much rain. But something else, this was a spring cabbage. It was a little one I picked. And look, they're firm. Nice little heads, so I'm going to take these as well. Got some eats in there. But like these three, these are good. These are edible. So definitely going to grab these. Got a purple cabbage that's doing okay. They need the bug barrier. And like I said, I've got some up at the house to plant. So let's see. They are really hard to see. Most of them they're not going to be very big. But that's okay. Bite size. Rabbit poop! Ugh! Ugh! Ew! Put my hand in it. Gross. Normally they're hard little pellets, but it's wet out here. They're not hard little pellets. Oh, stupid rabbits. Wasn't even worth it. Not too bad. Just throw them in the backpack with my little cabbages. This thing tried to put off a ton of little heads. There's more underneath. You know what? I'm going to tear these off. I don't know if it'll do anything else, but I'm going to leave it. Let me get some air. Well, that was exciting. I didn't realize cabbage would really do that. I know broccoli does. Look, one thing I'm enjoying when I'm out here are my tiny sweet pea tomatoes. And in case you're a newbie, these tiny tomatoes are called sweet peas. And a bunch fell off because they just don't get very big. That's it. And they're ripe. They were just kind of a fun tomato. Darn it, I dropped another one. They're so cute. Worthless, but cute. Oh. So the 6 or 7 tomatoes I just put in my mouth was sort of the equivalent of a cherry tomato. I've just kind of been picking them off and eating them in the garden. Yeah, I think things look better, especially behind the butternut squash. That was a pain. Our little tomato area's looking better. I'm gonna have to tie them up again. Now, I'm gonna walk around and see if I can figure out where the rabbit's getting in. I thought maybe it was getting in right here. So, because that was untied, the twist tie was loose. So I tied that back up. All the fencing is about 4 inches under the ground. And though it helps keep out the rabbits, it just kind of makes it a pain to try and keep this little fence row clean. I just have a real problem with that. I did get a weed burner this year. So when I redo everything, I think the weed burner is going to be the way to go before things get out of control like they have. This is a spot that was loose, and I tied it up. So I don't know. Looks like it's loosened back up a little. If I can find another joint where the fencing comes together here. This Johnson grass. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, looks like we're still twist tied, so it's good. Like here, it's trying to pop loose. It's almost there. We're still connected at the bottom though, so that's good. Last time I checked, rabbits didn't climb. That could have changed for all I know. Our other fence area. See, we got a little bit of a hole there. Okay, this is all sweet potato vine. It's doing well still. Mama, you ready to get up? It's time to get Broody off her nest. See if she's got any eggs under her. No babies. Normally I wear a glove because she tries to bite me. But I don't have it with me, so we're just going to yank her up. I know, right? Feisty. Urgh. Say hi to the world, Mama. Oof. All right. Okay. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me again today. I hope you have a great weekend and come join me on the next one. Bye.